and most grounding tools that we have. In through
Okay,
your nose.
hold 1 second, Jan, because I want my viewers now and those who are on the
Yes.
live, right, to actually do it. Because,
Yes.
okay, again, we have not all gone to therapy yet, right? And
Mhm.
I say to myself, if Oprah them can go and Beyonce them can go and Cristiano Ronaldo can go therapy, therapy is for everybody. So I want to demystify that whole stigma that therapy is only for quote unquote mad people or for, people who are writing at them head or whatever it is. Therapy is for any and everyone, right?
Yes.
Because we all have, or as mother I say, we all have a sore foot, right? So
Yes.
everybody can go to therapy. But in terms of this deep breathing, Jan, can you
Yes.
demonstrate, well, as best as you can, how do we deep breathe to calm ourselves, calm our nervous system?
Well, do you mind being my helping me with the
Sure,
demonstration? Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So what we do is you breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4 breaths, and then breathe out for 5. Very good. And you especially breathe, and you did it perfectly. You breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You always try and take what we call that deep diaphragm or belly breath. You're
Yes.
breathing out your belly. Yep.
Yes.
And it's important for you to always be able to, a part of that actually, just to tell you the science behind it, actually activates our relaxation system in our body, which is why it is so
Okay.
effective. So, but that
Oh,
particular kind of breath, oftentimes we breathe
okay.
into our chest like we're panting, like we're afraid.
Ah,
Right. Yes,
short
exactly.
breaths. Yes.
Yes, yes. And so that's why the deep breathing is the opposite of that. And it helps us to relax. So I'm going to ask you to demonstrate one more time. Please, you did it
Sure.
brilliant.
And thank you so much, my love. And also, Jan, how many of these should we be doing and for how long?
So that varies. I think a good way of gauging it for ourselves is that when you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 5, is do it until you feel your heart rate come down. So that varies. It can be anything from
Okay.
10 breaths to 25, 30 breaths. So focus
Okay.
on paying attention to your own heart rate. That way you'll
Okay.
know when you've done it, quote unquote, long enough.
Okay. All right. So again, you say inhale for 4,
Breathe in.
breathe in through the nose.
Hold for 4. Breathe out for 5. Perfect. Breathe in
Oh,
again.
wow.
Yeah. Hold and breathe out for 5. So, how was that?
Great. Actually. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, not bad at all. And so this is something that people can do at work or at school or at home when they may feel the anxiety or feel that rush coming on. How did it feel, guys? Did you guys do it? Deep soul healing. Did you do it? Did you guys breathe in and out? You took the deep breathe in? Okay, yeah, they're doing it too, Jan. They're actually doing it.
Good.
If you guys are doing it, please put up some pause there for me. Let me see how many people on the chat are actually doing the deep breathing. And let me know how it feels.
So,
Yeah,
so,
okay.
so one of the tricks that I do want to mention is that you always exhale longer than you inhale.
Okay. All right. Why is that?
Okay. Thank you for asking. So the reason is because the exhalation, how we go? You're exhaling the carbon dioxide from your body, and you're
Oh,
inhaling. Yes, and so as a result, it actually further engages the
pardon.
parasympathetic nervous system, which is just a fancy way of saying the relaxation nerve of the body.
Okay. Nice. All right. And would you say, Jan, it's good to do this, what, once a day, twice a day, or once a week, thrice a week?
I mean, I personally think you should start every day with this because then you show up in the mornings with a different intention, and as a result, you're less likely to be as affected externally. It
Yeah.
also helps to act as a guide, if you will, so that we can start to pay attention. Because oftentimes, Miss Kitty, we are going through life, many of us, without noticing these things. We don't
Yeah.
recognize how how much. And so even if I start at the beginning of the day with my breath, then I can pay attention to where my breath changes, where I find my heart rate changes. And thus that helps me notice when I'm triggered. And I can pay attention to when something affects me negatively. So it's almost like establishing a baseline. And from that baseline, I can work up.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We're talking this afternoon, chat, to Jeanne White. She is a counseling psychologist of a Canadian acclaim, born and bred in Jamaica, though. Really talented, really awesome, really wonderful. And she is sharing her expertise with us. We're talking about healing from childhood trauma, which affects most of us, many of us, I think all of us. In one way, shape, or form, some more acute than others, but still, we all have our burdens that we're carrying with us, and we need to learn to shed them and how to, be better people, because sometimes how we react, it's not necessarily what is happening in the present moment, but what has happened to us in the past, and that monster still lives within us, and so we need to know how to quell said monster or get rid of it completely. So the breathing is one way we can deal with it. Jeanne, what do you have any other methods that we can use?
Absolutely. One of my favorite grounding techniques is what I call the senses grounding technique. And so we use our 5 senses. So the way it goes, you say, notice 5 things. So again, if you volunteer as my to demonstrate with me, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, hold, and breathe out. Perfect. Now I'm going to ask you to notice and tell us 5 things around you that is green.
I see a green plant.
1.
I see my green nails.
2.
I see a green button on my steering wheel. I see, what else do I have? See green. I see green grass.
Fabulous.
And I see a green car.
Excellent. Now, can you tell us 4 things that you can feel and touch them as you tell us what they are?
Okay, I feel my pen. I feel my steering wheel. I feel my car seat, and I feel myself.
Excellent. Now tell us 3 things that you can hear.
Wow. Your voice. That's one. Well, the AC breeze, my love. The AC breeze. And I can also hear a car horn.
Excellent. Now tell us 2 things that you can smell.
I smell my perfume, Gianna. No, go on, but at all. I smell it good, girl. What else may I smell? Well, yeah, my perfume. Or maybe I smell nothing else really. Well, the car smell good and clean.
Okay, so you smell clean, perfect. And last one thing.
My air freshener. The air freshener.
There you go.
True. Yeah, the air freshener. Yes.
Okay, and then one thing you can taste.
Me taste hunger. Look at you. White squall. What can I taste? Nothing. Well, earlier I had some coconut water. I don't know. Yeah, but really, actually, my mouth is kind of black right now. Yeah.
So thank you. And take one more deep breath in. Hold. And breathe out. Okay. Thank you very much. You are very helpful in doing the demonstration with me, Mom.
Thank
and
you.
So that's what we call the 5 senses. It's a great way to ground us and bring us into the present. Oftentimes, when we are our negative thoughts are very high. We're really caught up in our head and our mind. Who's thinking what? I'm going to fail. All of these things take us away from the present moment. And so being able to ground ourselves with our senses, and it's very tactile on purpose because it forces us to touch the things around us, pay attention to our environment. Automatically, that takes us out of our mind and into our bodies. And that's a great way of helping us to kind of manage those negative thoughts.
Wow. You're graduating, girl. Jenny, sit down at the front of the class. You graduate, man. No, man, you graduate for true. You God know you graduate. I gotta tell you, you graduate. You graduate. If you're just joining, thank you so very much. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Miss Kitty Live. It's Hot Mondays, you know what I mean? And we're talking this afternoon about, we're talking about therapy, right? How therapy can help childhood trauma, right? How you can get over some of the demons, some of the things, the abuses that we would have gone through as children or even young adults or even as adults. How do you cope with, how do you treat with that so that you can live a better life, so that you can respond better, and so that you don't always have to feel like you are under attack? Because sometimes the attack is physical, but it also manifests itself in our emotions, in our psyche, in how we deal with ourselves, in how we deal with people, and also our emotions as they were. So talk to me a little bit now, though, Gian, about those deeper traumas